Nightveil Hallow is a Halloween event that happens every year in New World Aeternum. This year in 2024, the Nightveil Hallow event is going to begin on October the 22nd and end on November the 5th. In order to begin this event, you simply need to make your way to any settlement in Aeternum. Then make your way to one of the Nightveil cauldrons. It's going to be indicated on your map by a pumpkin symbol. And then once you're there, you just need to speak to the NPC next to the cauldron. His name is Salvatore. Once you talk to him, he's going to give you a quest called Baalphazu's Fall that's going to send you on a journey to defeat the world boss. And then upon completion of the quest, you're going to receive a Nightveil Hallow cache. And then whenever you open this cache, it's going to reward you with 5 Nightveil tokens, 2 random Nightveil Hallow patterns, and access to the Nightveil Sentinel, which is the last tier of the shop. We'll talk a little bit more about that here in just a moment. So also during the Nightveil Hallow event, you're going to be able to transform into some of your favorite characters like Captain Thorpe to celebrate this spooky season. So costumes can be obtained for the duration of the event from the town centerpieces and from defeating Baalphazu. You can just walk into any settlement, go to the town centerpiece, interact with it, and have an opportunity to get one of these costumes. So the full selection of costumes is as follows. You can be Captain Thorpe, Adiana, an Anubian Reaver, or Lost Monarch. So once you're in one of those costumes, you can search each town for hidden treat baskets. These have a chance to obtain Baalphazu armor pieces, which comes at a 10% chance, 2 Nightveil tokens, and you can do that 3 times daily, and an item called candy. So this limited time consumable comes in 4 flavors, and some of the candy is going to greatly help you with the event activities, and then some of the other candy have some unexpected consequences. And I'll leave that for you guys to discover because I don't want to spoil the surprise if you've never ran this event before. So items marked with daily limits will reset at 5 a.m. local time. So for example, if you grab your 3rd set of Nightveil tokens from the treat baskets at 4:58 a.m., you'll be able to earn another one at 5:01 a.m. So the boss Baalphazu is located in 6 zones: Ebonscale Reach, Brightwood, Great Cleave, Weaver's Fen, Eden Grove, and Morningdale. You'll be able to look at just the in-game chat. There's going to be a lot of groups running around doing Baalphazu, so just join up with one of those groups and go kill the boss. You can also press M or just open your map in-game, and you'll be able to see the icon for Baalphazu in one of those zones. And further, you can check newworldmap.com in order to see all of the spawn locations for Baalphazu. So whenever you encounter Baalphazu, he's this big, large world boss that has over 23 million health. So he's recommended for large groups of 10 or more to be involved with the encounter. So he has a lot of damage mitigation as well, and so this makes your standard attacks fairly weak against him. But the boss does have a stamina bar, and once it's broken, your standard attacks are going to deal significantly more damage to him. So to break the stamina bar, you're going to want to kill the small pumpkin creatures that spawn into the boss arena. They're going to leave a pumpkin head on the ground, and you just need to pick up that pumpkin head and throw it at the boss. This is going to deal some damage, but more importantly, it's going to deal stamina damage to the boss. And then once the stamina bar is broken and the boss is lying still, you just want to have the entire group attack him, because this is going to be the DPS phase. This is how you're going to kill the boss pretty quickly. There's also some additional adds the boss is going to spawn in throughout the encounter as well that you need to be aware of. So he's going to spawn in this thing called a gourd spewer. It's just one of the enemies that comes in. So whenever you kill the gourd spewer, a healing circle is going to be placed on the ground. You can stand inside of that circle to remove any debuff applied to you from the boss and receive 5% of your max health every 2 seconds. There's also going to be a thing called a calabasher that spawned in. He does something very similar as the gourd spewer, only he's going to give you 10% of your max health every 2 seconds. A few of the other mechanics that Baalphazu has that you need to be aware of is the vine reach. So he's going to reach out his long arms in the form of vines every now and then. They're going to deal a lot of damage. You can block or dodge this attack. This is a pretty standard attack that's going to be performed throughout the entire fight. He also does this thing called demonic waves, where these green ring waves are going to spawn from the outer area of the arena, and they're going to come inward towards the boss. So if you get hit by one of these rings, it's going to deal pretty significant damage. You can block or dodge these rings whenever they get close to you. Then he does a vacuum ability where he just sucks in the entire group to himself. So whenever this happens, the entire arena lights up a green hue, and then the animation will happen shortly after to pull the entire group in towards him. But during these events, there's typically a ton of players running around, running the loop to kill the boss, so you shouldn't have any problem taking him out. And the mechanics aren't bad at all. Just be aware that you do need to be picking up the pumpkins, throw them at the boss to break that stamina bar, and then once the stamina bar is broken, everyone just deals damage to the boss. That's essentially the entire fight. So whenever you defeat Baalphazu, you're going to have a chance to earn the Baalphazu armor pieces, and these can be earned up to 5 times each day. And you can also earn up to 3 costumes each day, and you're rewarded with an ichor for the cauldron every time you defeat Baalphazu. So unlike a lot of the other events that come to Aeternum, the New World Aeternum Halloween event only has 2 ranks to achieve in order to access the entire store. So there is the fledgling rank, that's rank 1, and then the Nightveil Sentinel is rank 2. So in order to gain access to the second rank, you just need to do the quest that we talked about previously, and that's going to put you all the way to rank 2. You're going to have full access to the store. So in order to obtain the Nightveil tokens that you're going to need in order to buy things from the store, you need to find and defeat Baalphazu. So every time you beat the boss, you're going to be rewarded with Baalphazu's ichor. You just take that ichor to any settlement, you throw that into one of the event cauldrons. Whenever you do this, you're going to be rewarded with Nightveil tokens and a Nightveil cauldron cache. So every time you open the cache, you're going to get either 7, 10, or 13 tokens. You can also receive a bag of cauldrons coins that will contain anywhere from 1 coin to 200 coins, depending on your character level. And you can only receive the bag of coin 3 times per day. Opening the cache may also reward you with a weapon pattern, and the weapon patterns can also be purchased from the Halloween NPC Salvatore. A diamond gypsum is also rewarded in exchange for the ichor. Once you have accumulated enough Nightveil tokens, you can use those tokens to purchase items from Salvatore. The items consist of weapon and shield patterns in the fledgling rank, and then skins, emotes, house decorations, and 700 gear score weapon and shield patterns in the Nightveil Sentinel rank. So you can also obtain several different cosmetic items from the event shop as well. And unfortunately, according to the current information we have posted on the website, it doesn't look like we're going to have any new cosmetics added to the 2024 roster. So you are going to be able to get all of the old cosmetics from 2022 and 2023, and all of those are listed here. So the patterns that you can get are going to come in the form of a epic pattern or a legendary pattern. So the epic weapon and armor patterns are going to come locked with 1 perk. So the locked perk is the number 1 perk here on this list. And then the legendary patterns come locked with 2 perks, which you can see here as well. And each weapon pattern also comes locked with a specific attribute relevant to that weapon. So for example, the flail is locked with focus, void gauntlet with intelligence, musket with dexterity, and so on. So essentially for this entire event, you just go defeat Baalphazu. You're going to collect what's called the Demon's Ichor. You're going to come back. You're going to throw that into the Nightveil Cauldron. And whenever you do that, you're going to be rewarded for your efforts. You also go get the costume and you wear that costume in the town. Search the town for some additional loot. That's really the entire gist of the event. It's a pretty fun event. This happens every single year. And for newer players, some of the items that come out of this event could be pretty good. If you're trying to get into a stepping stone gear to get up to 725 to get ready to run some of the tougher content, getting some of these patterns could really benefit you as a newer player, someone who's kind of getting into end game. The armor patterns are going to come locked with health and enchanted ward, which are both very good all-around perks that you can obtain at 700 gear score gear. So running this event is going to 100% be worth it, in my opinion, for a lot of players who are just now kind of moving into that end game area. But that's going to do it for this one, boys and girls. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. That is the Halloween event for New World. This happens every year. If you've never done this before, you can expect to see a ton of people running around doing Baalphazu. It's a pretty fun experience for your first year for sure. But thank you guys again for watching. If you enjoy New World content, please make sure to like and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate that. But that's going to do it for this one. We'll see you in the next one.